for me personally, I like what's happening over at DC when they do this, right? Because a lot of stuff coming out of DC is kind of like just as bad as stuff coming out of Marvel. So here we go. We get our redhead back. As you know, I like redheads, right? Not males, but I mean females, right? Obviously, you know, it's something unique, right? It's a bit like purple and pink hair, that used to be in manga and anime. Now it's like it's in everywhere, right? You're a certain type of people if you have red, like if you have purple and pink or blue hair now in Western media, you're a certain type of person. However, in anime, it was just like a really cool thing to do, which and Superman was pretty cool as well, because you got one person who's a redhead, dude. So they've like CW made him into a black dude. Of course, black dude didn't have red hair, and then they kept doing the whole try to erase the redheads, as you know. But seeing James Gunn surprisingly ditches Jimmy Olsen race swapping trend and cast Skylar Gisondo as redheaded reporter in Jimmy Olsen in Superman Legacy. So Superman Legacy seems to be like everything thrown into it. It's like this. It's like a reinvention of what the entire DC universe, right? I think this is what he's trying to do with everything that he's throwing into it. Like he's got like the Authority's machine coming into it as well. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but there was this whole thing where they were looking at bringing in the Authority's. What is her name? Give me the name here. Right. Yeah, the engineer, right? So he's gonna bring in the engineer, which is a total different universe, with the Authority, and they've casted an Australian actress, Maria Gabriela de Faria as the Authority's engineer in Superman Legacy. This is what I mean by the whole they're throwing everything into this box, right? Of Superman Legacy. You got Jimmy Olsen's redhead now, and on top, and now you've got the engineer in it as well. Now I don't know who else is going to be in it, but I do know they've brought in Nicholas Hoult from X-Men franchise, right? Now, if I remember right, isn't Nicholas Hoult like isn't he like now I've forgotten his name again. Gosh, I have trouble with McCoy, Hank McCoy, right? There you go. So Hank McCoy from the X-Men universe is crossing over to be Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy, right? So now not only have you got Jimmy Olsen, you got Lex Luthor, you got Superman, and you've also got now Nicholas Hoult as, Authority as as engineer, right? Character. And I think I've read every single Wildstorm Authority crossover, Midnighter and stuff like that. All those little the variants and stuff. And I've actually got the first 2 issues somewhere in part of my collection, probably a bit more. But the Authority is a really cool universe on their own. So he should have just done the Authority as a standalone movie and sort of done that, like the anti-hero thing, right? So that would have been really cool. But bringing the engineer into Superman Legacy, it's kind of like nobody knows. If you know DC, if you're a fan of DC movies and know nothing about Wildstorm comics, or have actually gone out of your way to actually read those characters, you have no clue. So the average non-comic book fan or reader has no clue who the Authority are, or who the engineer is, right? But I think he's making some good moves. But that the authority engineer thing, that's a downer for me. But hey, whoever's writing it is going to be pretty, it's got a work cut out for them. The other thing is, talking about DC, you've also got a Supergirl movie coming out, and let me just grab that here. There we go. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. When I read that, I had to laugh. Like, she's literally called, right? Mounted that. I'm not really good at pronunciation, sorry. But it's called, the character is called Supergirl, but they're going to call the movie Woman of Tomorrow. Kind of take off on the Man of Tomorrow, right? Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. They're taking that whole, this is the, what I said, like a lack of creativity, right? With these guys and working for Marvel and DC is like, or even Warner's and Disney, is like, or Marvel Studios, is that rather than giving her own moniker, they would take Superman's moniker, the Man of Tomorrow, and putting it on her, right? And so, I do, however, I like this Elseworld version of Supergirl, and I did enjoy that, and I thought it was really cool. I'm waiting to get my figure. I'm just waiting for the price to go down. I'm not going to pay $50 for it, right? But I had to laugh, because if they're going to do the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, are they going to do her story with the black hair, short bob cut, whatever? Or are we going to give us, the Supergirl with the, long blue top, right, and a skirt and long boots, right, and cape? Or we're going to get this one here, right? And so that's, it's kind of like, it's it's going to get the all blue, like as you can see here, she's got the all blue jumpsuit with a kind of like a red top there, and then the cape on top, which I kind of liked as a design. I thought it was a pretty cool design. I really liked that design for the character, and I like the character as well because it was an Elseworld different take on it. But are they going to give us that one? Because remember, they said they were going to redo the whole Legacy is going to be the Kickstarter, the new rebirth type thing with James Gunn at the helm, and not the Kara Sasha Cole is going to be included there, because they've already said that they're going to get rid of all those people from that era, right, and give us a new thing. So she's basically, it's going to have to be the blonde, right, because give us what is what's original. But is James Gunn going to, the question here is James Gunn going to play a Marvel Studios game of like bait and switch, or is he going to be doing what if he's going to continue what he's doing, which is give us the original characters and the original thing? I hope he does, because that way, as a fan, of superhero movies and stuff, having enjoyed so many of the DC stuff in the past, right? I like especially Batman, right, and the original superhero Superman movies and all that. I'm keen to I'm already over Marvel, so I'm keen to make sure that there's success with what James is doing over there, and not bait and switching for all the characters. Because at the end of the day, we all want we all want to have good stories told to us. Why would we want to spend money on junk, right? So at the end of the day, help do yourself a favor, right? If you're out there making movies and telling stories, tell the original character stories. Don't remake them, reinvent them for the modern era, because you'll get apathy. There'll be a turning point when we will not care. So you won't, and it's already happening, right? When you lose $300 million on a movie that cost $200 million or $300 million, so you lost everything, right? No matter how much money you make, you don't want to make anything, because then you got to realize people just don't care anymore. No matter how much you pander to a little group of people on Twitter, they're not the ones that actually go to the movies. It's the normies. And if the normies, and 75% are the males who go to see superhero movies, by the way, stop lying to yourself. There's, the female, there's 50-50. It's not. 75% males will be the audience at superheroes because that's who have been risen up on reading all these characters. So if you want that 75% back, you better start thinking really hard. Are you going to give the audience and ticket paying customer what they want, or you just going to say, we know what's better for you? So, so take it or leave it. And the downside is that, and the negative side of that is like, we're just going to leave it. We're not going to take it anymore, right? We're not going to take it. Like, oh no, we're not going to take it. It kind of reminds me of Twisted Sister song.